Welcome back to the daily grind. Welcome back to the daily grind. That is one of the theme songs we're going to be workshopping. Welcome to the daily grind, y'all. This is your host, Luke. Happy Monday. I missed everyone this weekend. Everybody, even those of you I don't like, I missed you guys. Hope everyone had good weekends. You know, we're gonna delve into the weekend, and Monday's a little bit later. I'm just gonna jump right into it. The game tonight. For those of y'all who watched the game Friday, it was you were treated to a game that was close to the end. I don't know what you were expecting. We talked on the show Friday how we were expecting it to be a loss. God love them, but it was not, and that's fine. But tonight might be a different story. We will be playing the Brooklyn Nets, and there's no way that we both suck. Maybe not suck, but we're both not very good basketball teams right now. We are both below 500, both dealing with some changes, us with our roster, with all the 10 days and all the 2 ways and all the 5 nays. I feel like we could just be adding different contract types here and people wouldn't be checking me. They're dealing with a coaching change. Jacques Vaughn, who I like Jacques Vaughn. I think that he is just maybe not, they always say that you need like the head. I've heard the head basketball coach position described like a CEO. I've heard him as an X's and O's guy. Maybe he's just not a CEO type. Whatever, he's gone. There's a lot of turmoil, a lot of changes in both these teams. So there's a chance we're going to win tonight. I don't know. If you watch this show, you know that I'm an optimist every bit through and through. That's what I do. It's what I do. I don't see the point in being any other way. But apart from that, I think we're just kind of similar teams in terms of badness. That sounds so rude. But I don't know how else to say it. Let's pull up some stats. Let's get eyes on some stats while we're here. So we've got, let's see, net rating. We are currently ranked 25th in net rating. The Nets are 23rd. So that might tell you, I mean, we are so similar in terms of struggle bussing right now. Like I expect Bridges to go off. I expect Vince probably to guard Mikal Bridges. I don't really know. I don't watch a lot of Nets basketball. I like Nick Claxton and Bridges both. I just don't. They're probably going to overpay for Nick Claxton. As much as I love him, I'd love him on this team. I don't see him. I don't know if they let him go. Let's say that. I could see him fitting in nicely here. But that's not what this is about. It's about the game tonight. I am intrigued with the Jordan Goodwin signing from over the weekend. We're going to talk more about that in the next segment, but I think that helps us tonight. I don't know. All in all, I think it's going to be a very close match up game of two meh. Is that how you say it? Meh. Like an old man, mad teams. When it comes to offensive rating, you've got the Nets are 20th. And we are not good on offense, guys. We're 30th. That there's only 30 teams in the NBA as of now, so that's not good. But they're not much better on the offensive side of the ball. Hopefully, while we're on the offense, while we're talking about the offense, I really hope that we and I'm nitpicking at this point, guys. Know that in a season where like we're looking for stuff to find, to want to root for, I'm gonna nitpick here. I want to see Nardo have another good game. Like against the Clippers. And I was on here talking to, I believe Daniel was with me on Friday. I go running my mouth and I'm like, yeah, he's going to be the stats monster, revenge game, Nardo time 2024. And it just wasn't there. He went 1 of 6 from 3. That makes me want to do a Looney Tunes, like a Looney Tunes face, like that's not good. And prior to that, he had shot the ball over 40% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight games. And not only that, but he had shot the ball over 50% in 7 of 10. Like we need offense to come from somewhere, and it's got to come from Nardo is one of those guys it's got to come from. Because God bless Jaren Jackson Jr., but he needs some dang help, guys. He needs some help. He just needs some help. No, Vince is going to be he's going to do flying V things. He's going to fly in there. Shout out Vince. Woo-hoo. He's going to get in there. He's going to have a good game, I think. But I really want to see Nardo not suck from three. That's a nice way to say it. Not suck from three. It's simple. Anybody can understand that. Like, not suck from three. Now, on the defensive side of things, I think that's a little bit different. Obviously, offense is different than defense. I'm not talking idiots here. But the Memphis just has a better team on the defensive side of the ball. We're 10th in defense. That sort of variance is astounding. To be 30th ranked on offense and 10th on defense, it's just like, holy cow, it's just crazy. It's just simply, it's wild. Brooklyn, on the other hand, they are 21st. So whereas they're kind of middling on both sides of things, there's vast variance in terms of the Grizzlies. Like I said, I don't really know what to expect. The Grizzlies, we're auditioning right now. It's these guys, we got Lamar Stevens, we got Yuta Watanabe, we got GG, we got Vince, we got these guys that are, Zaire might have another good game. We have guys that are just out here trying to play for minutes. They're playing for minutes. They're playing to see what we can get out of them next year. This season is done for. And whereas we're dealing with that, they've got a head coach that's desperate for a win, what's his name? Ollie, I think, something Ollie, forgive me for blanking on his name. I believe their first game, they got blown out of the water. So, he really wants to win. Maybe the guys want to win for him. I don't know. I just know that both of these teams could use a win. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to speak on it much longer. When we get back, we're just going to touch on a brief little bit of news that happened over the weekend. And after that, we're going to be introducing a new segment that I'm really, really excited about. There's two reallys. I'm going to add another really, 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 really excited about it. I've been pumped about this for a while. So stay tuned. After this break, we're just going to hit on some news involving Gilliard. And after that, new segment after this quick break.
I'm just big on being able to vocalize what someone's role is. I always thought my best coaches were the people that let me know exactly what you expect from me. Now, I might not like it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you come to me man to man to say, this is how we think we're gonna play you, bang, 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 and hopefully everybody understand. I'm not saying that this has not been done with this team. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying from my experience, we all have egos when we get to this game. Right. All of us, to the last person on the bench, you got an ego, but all of us can't be the man. Yeah, you got to be able to say, okay, he's the man, but what do I do and what can I do to help us be good? And if it's vocalized to you, then you know exactly what. And if I'm out there doing it, and now I'm not getting the result from you, now we got to sit down and have another conversation. Mm-hmm. But as long as it is told to you, this is what we expect from you, this is how we want you to play, then I feel like, again, keeping this logo. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Tune in to The Anthony Sane Show, Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. All right, Christian.
Yes.
You are Penny Hardaway.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Today, you're going to play act, okay? Gabe, because you're a Jordan Brown apologist, you're going to be Jordan Brown.
I'm a Jordan Brown apologist. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Y'all are sitting across the room from each other.
I said, don't tweet him hate. And he's like, you're an apologist. Like, good God. But either way, continue. We're in a room together.
Why did things break down?
Jordan, we brought you in this year to be the centerpiece of our offense. You came in out of shape. Let's call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. We play fast. Told you this when we were recruiting you. We play fast. One of the fastest paces in the country. You have to be able to get up and down the floor. you have failed at that.
Oh, well, I'm leaving. So it's fine. Cool.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind. You can find all that show. Sorry, shameless self-promotion time, but you can find that show. A bunch of other ones too, all at Bluff City Media. Become an insider. It's $5 a month, which are really not that bad. All these other subscriptions. I just found out Netflix would be raising their services up, but I don't know what that's about. That sucks. But $5, that's easy peasy. And if you can't swing that, the YouTube channel is free. You get access to a lot of content on there too, and it helps us keep doing what we're doing. Helps me ramble mindlessly about the Grizzlies. That's fun, right? You guys have fun with that. But back to the show, back to the rundown. We got a little bit of roster news yesterday. And it turned some roster news today. They announced yesterday afternoon that the Grizzlies, might have been yesterday morning, that they waived Jacob Gilyard. It's a bummer. There's no way around it. He had reached the limit of his two-way contract, or near the game limit, and he was kind of just sitting on the bench taking up a roster spot. It sucks. I love Gilyard. Love him. My lady loves him too. That was her favorite. I felt bad. I felt like I had to tell her like a secret. I was like, listen, I'm sorry, Gilyard's gone. It sucks. He has all the tools to make it in this league, except the height. It's a bummer, but that's what it boils down to. Dude's 5'8". I've got 4 or 5 inches on him. It's just he's a tiny guy. It's small for basketball. It sucks. And while he was here, he was doing well. I think he was doing well. He was averaging. Where was he? He appeared in how many games? I don't know. I should have pulled up. We've had so many guys play. There we go. He's been averaging 17.7 minutes a game, and that's on 41% shooting, almost 42% from the field, almost 43% from three, which we need desperately is 3-point shooting. God, we need it bad. He 3.5 assists, 4.7 points. He was doing everything you could ask for him. It was just his game had maxed out with his height. In turn, we're signing Jordan Goodwin. Pretty good hooper, guys. I don't know if you've been keeping up with him. We signed him briefly. He had 2 games. I believe it was 2 games. Yeah, he appeared in 2 games before the All-Star break. Started in 1, which is crazy. 26.5 minutes on average, and that's 10.5 points, 5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.5 steal. That, he is that's a more complete point guard. That's good. If he's going to be on this team, and that's what we can just expect, from the point guard play moving forward consistently, that's pretty awesome. I say awesome. It's going to be awesome for what we need. We don't need a John Morant-esque point guard to go off for 20 or 30. This guy, we're trying to get Gigi. We're trying to get Vince. We're trying to get Santi and Jaren. We're trying to get these other guys rolling. We need a connector guy who can we need a playmaker who can also create for himself to a degree, and that's what he does. He's also shooting the ball 45% from the field, 40% from 3. He's another guy that if we're waiving Gilly, I would certainly hope that we don't lose any shooting. We can't lose that. We can't lose shooting at this point. We are not a good 3-point shooting team. We need to, we're just not a good shooting team in general, I would say, some nights. And we need that. We don't need to lose any of that. And Goodwin brings that, He isn't going to reinvent the wheel, but he's going to do exactly what this team needs, I think. I'm excited to see what he does. I imagine he starts tonight. I would imagine. I don't know. I'm excited to see what that one brings. And I wish Gilyard the best of luck, man. I hope he gets signed by someone, because seems like a great dude, a good, he was always ready. And for a 2-gay guy that was undersized, that's pretty, I don't know what more you could ask for. The team also announced today, I don't have this on the rundown, but Matthew Hurt signing another 10-day contract. That's his second with the team. He, not as not as flashy in his appearances. He appeared in 3 games as opposed to 2, 18.7 minutes, but 5.7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He's just, whereas Goodwin's a point guard, Hurt's a wing. We've got a log jam out there. After not being able to find a wing to save our lives, we've got a log jam out there. It's going to be tough for him to get minutes, but he's a body. He's a body, and I don't know if he plays, but he's someone who knows the system, someone that we know can go off. He's averaging over 20 points with the hustle. I don't know. We're losing Gilliard. We're getting Goodwin and Hurt. So not a terrible trade-off. I'm just partial to Gilliard. I can't help it. I like the guy, and I like these other guys. I don't know if Goodwin or Hurt are on this team next year. I highly doubt it. Personally, we won't. Point guard's going to be fine next season. Hurt will probably be on our G League team next year, but we'll see what they do to finish out the roster. Going to take one more break. Finish out the year on the roster. Boom. Getting excited because our next segment is going to be new, and this is going to be a new segment every Monday, hopefully, fingers crossed. So after this break, we're going to be debuting that. So stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Not just the level of individual talent that he plays with, but it's also the level of his mind. We haven't gotten cross-court open shot this year. Right. We haven't seen that pass a lot. Number one, you got to respect him going to the basket. There's a roller. I got to watch the roller. He has the mind to be able to say, I see all of that, but now I see this guy over here. I'm going to get him this open shot. How shifty he is to always be going forward. It's usually side to side.
Yeah.
His dribble moves are side to side, but going forward.
Right.
Which is very hard to defend. I just want to get you, as many times can I get you to do this? But for him, it's not here. It is here, which is are his moves to get down the floor. It's awkward for a defender to try to catch a cadence. You dribble. So now what I do is when you go put that ball down, I'm going for it. But with him, it's hard for my cadence. But what's my cadence for you? I don't know what it is.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Who do you need to step it up? Outside of David Jones, I think David Jones is David Jones.
I don't think you need him to step it up because he's been performing.
Yeah, he's David Jones. Outside of him, he's fine.
I think Quinterly needs to play better.
In what way? He's facilitating the ball well. I don't.
To a 12 from the field's not cutting it.
It's not great. It's not great.
And I don't need a runner 3 from the top of the key with 3.5 seconds left.
Is Virginia the game where Jordan Brown is going to cook? Those dudes aren't looking to run the ball.
Cook what? Dude, I thought he was going to have a freaking night. He came out with that fresh cut, lined up, and then literally within the first 15 seconds missed a wide open layup. And then picked up 2 fouls right away.
I feel real lied to because I thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy.
Didn't think it did anything for you.
Well,
I think we all thought we were getting a 20 and 10 guy. And we are getting that in David Jones.
I'm not even getting 20 or 10 minutes out of the guy.
Tune in to Tigers Untapped with TJ Willis and Trey Lasley every Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Luke. I'm very excited about this next segment, guys and gals. I'm very, very excited. I have been, I mentioned over the weekend or Friday, pardon me, I was going to be looking at debuting some new segments. I don't want the show to be all about basketball. I want it's a daily show. It's a daily grind. It's in the name. I love when they do that in the movies. So this is the Daily Grind. So, it's going to be daily. I want to keep it stuff that's not all about hoops. You might see over here, see if I can do this. Boom. You see this? You see, it says Mondays are for lasagna. Today's Monday. Is it for lasagna? What does that mean? Okay, so there's something you should know about me. There's a cat by the name of Garfield. Heard of him? Oh, well, would you look at that? There's Garfield on this coffee mug that I'm drinking out of. And oh my goodness, would you look at that? There's Garfield holding a basketball. See, the thing about Garfield the cat is he is the epitome of comedy. It's hilarious. It's a cat who hates Mondays but loves lasagna. What? That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Like, what's cat? It's hilarious. And so Mondays are for lasagna from now on. Now, what does that mean? So, Mondays, Garfield the cat, he hates Mondays. And a lot Mondays suck. A lot of the times they suck. And lasagna, he loves it. I love it. Who doesn't love lasagna? Lasagna is delicious. Like if you don't like lasagna, I'm not sure how much I trust you because lasagna is so, so good. And Garfield the cat loves it. So every Monday, rather than, like stew a lot over something that happened over the weekend or maybe happened during the day, that would be like a Monday thing. We're going to just give a little, like a little, we're going to give the pit of the weekend, the Monday-ish thing about the weekend or the Monday. And then I'm going to leave you with the most lasagna thing about the weekend and the Monday, the coolest thing, the best thing, the thing that we love the most about the weekend. And that might be basketball related. It might be sports related. It might be not related to anything. It might be food related. I don't know. It's going to be fun. It's important to talk about the bad things and also the good things. And so we're going to do a little pit and peak of the weekend to start the week off. So the most Monday thing about my weekend, about my Monday that I imagine Garfield would have hated as well was the transmission going out of my car. That sucks. I don't know if your transmission's ever gone out on your car. Hopefully it hasn't, but it's a bummer and it's expensive. And if your car, it's just a whole mess of things. I'm not worrying about it. I'm trying not to worry about it. It's a car. You can find one. I bet if Garfield was in his car, he'd be a little mad driving. If cats can drive and if the transmission broke on his car, he'd be upset. But the most lasagna thingy that happened to me over the weekend. Okay. So I've mentioned Friday. I went to a concert, Sammy Ray and Friends. Afterwards, if you were not familiar with Shake Shack, I said it right that time. I've been struggling to say that all weekend. So Shake Shack is a beautiful place where you can get burgers and you can also get milkshakes. And there's one right across the street from the Ryman in Nashville. I went and I ate the equivalent of Shake Shack that I imagine Garfield eats in lasagna every Monday. I like that little tray that he's eating out of. Imagine that, but it was just milkshakes and burgers, and I just eating them like a fat pig, and it was awesome. I felt like Dionysus of burgers and milkshakes. It was sick, and I got to be careful with dairy because I'm old. And I'll be dadgummed if it was, I didn't care. That's one of the foods that you eat and you just, what, we're going to deal with this later. And Shake Shack was that for me. And that is by no means a Monday thing. That is a lasagna thing. It was so good and I regret nothing. Like Garfield, like I imagine Garfield regrets nothing every Monday and every time he eats lasagna because he's a cat. And I don't know if cats have regrets. That's a conversation for another pod. But Mondays, henceforth, every Monday, they're going to be for lasagna, guys. Every Monday, we're going to have our peak in our pit of the weekend. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have fun with it. It may be sports. It may not be. So keep in touch. Stay in tune because next Monday, we're going to be about lasagnas again. And the Monday after that, unless we can think of other foods that are interested us. We're going to play by ear. But that's going to do it for today's show, guys. I'm going to have a guest with me tomorrow, another person. It won't just be me. I know that it gets a little rambly when it's just one person on here, and I appreciate you guys. And when it's just one person on here, stuff like Garfield the cat and lasagna gets brought up. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, y'all. Go Grizzlies. Let's see if we can pull out a dub ski tonight. If I have a good bet, I'm going to pull one from Daniel. I don't know if they can let you bet on Jordan Goodwin's rebounds, but go the over. And go over Vince. Vince is doing really good rebounds. That's my little Daniel Greer nugget. But thanks, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Going to be having another segment that I'm pretty excited about, another Tuesday segment. It's a Tuesday segment, so we will see you all tomorrow. And enjoy the rest of your Mondays, y'all. And remember, Mondays are for lasagna. See y'all tomorrow.